dressed in tears by Mother Earth. The sunrise coming as the trumpets herald the new birth. Time to wake is over, all emotion spent. It's the harvest of these blessings, of lessons learned, paths chosen, now lost and blurred.
And Scott Howard, you are a musician. And
sometimes I'm a musician, yes.
Yeah. How long have you been interested or playing music?
Oh my God, since I was about 7 years old.
Okay.
Quite some time.
Yeah. Did you start out with a guitar, or was it a different instrument? Or
let's see. I started with age 6. What did I start? I think it was piano first, but it just didn't stick.
Yeah.
And but I play now, more. But because I play a lot of different instruments. And then my mother had a friend of hers who my mother was an opera singer. So she started an opera company way back when, and so she was quite the musician. And my family in itself was bunch of musicians.
Okay.
So we would have something on a monthly basis called the Cousins Club. They'd get together and they'd be playing piano and so on for each other. And I'd be up at the steps at age 5 and 6 saying, I could do that. I could be a musician. And sure enough, a friend of hers played guitar, and I started playing guitar. And in my day, it's a shame, obviously how things have turned out. But we were taught instruments. We were taught how to read music, how to write music.
Right.
I played trumpet, and then at the trumpet I went to tuba, sousaphone.
Yeah.
And so I learned the bass lines. And I played in jazz bands and orchestras, and what a phenomenal way to be brought up as a kid.
Right.
And what they've done to these children these days it's just horrible, and I'm just heartbroken. Obviously, I've gone through my own brothers.
Yeah. Now you mean by music being kind of computerized, less the music and more the sensation?
Well, I lost my son. He was 29 years old, and unfortunately, it was an accidental drug overdose. But it was just how things turned out. Let's put it this way. He was an amazing guitarist. He was going to tour with me. He's a great lead guitarist, and but just growing up, the way the music helps you think with your other brain, the other side of the right or the left. And today they've just ruined the children, and the music has lost its soul, if you will. And hopefully, what I'm doing here today is helping bring back what is so much needed, which is the love in the music again. And so hopefully the music video that I've put out will resonate with some, and and it'll awaken others.
Yeah. And I listened to it. It sounded almost like a spoken word, um, very poetic and moving through the whole piece. The words and the written part is kind
Mm.
of coalesced throughout the whole song, almost like a mantra in a sense.
Well, I would say that the my music is well, my albums are considered books,
Hmm.
and the songs chapters in the books. And my first album was called Secret of Time, and
Mm.
then from the Secret of Time, it went to the Zen of Planets, and then after that,
Mm.
it was Ascended Man and the Language of Clouds. I've done quite a few albums, and then
Mm.
my album before this was actually a vinyl
Mm.
record, which I wanted to bring back the feeling of music, because
Yeah.
it's not just hearing it, but it's holding it. And I remember as a kid growing up, it was just I loved reading the albums, looking at the hidden messages, and which is what I've placed in these in
Mm.
my records.
Oh,
And
great.
so if they go to scotthowardmusic.com, they can look at you know the vinyl record, which is the World Ascension Tour
Mm.
live at Village Studios. And it's interesting. I recorded the album at Village Studios in Santa Monica, California, and I had the Chili Peppers
Mm.
uh, listening in, and there.
That's awesome. Yeah.
It was cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if you the music is in 432. After World
Hertz.
War II, the Nazis changed the tuning, and they changed it to 440, which lowered the vibration of the listener, and it was easier for mind control.
Right.
And so this, by moving it back to 432, it helps hopefully awaken the listener and raise the vibration of the person listening. And so the "We Are Forever" is you know, hopefully they'll be able to listen to it and obviously watch the music video, as it has messages.
Yeah. And is that something that you do in all of the albums, all of your work? You kind of interlace messages
Yeah,
throughout it. Yeah.
yeah. It's again, when they change the frequency, and everything is frequency. I mean,
Yeah.
everything. You name it. If you match your frequency correctly, you could walk through walls.
Yeah.
And pretty much, that's what they do. Their time travel, and everything's frequency.
Right.
And believe me, they've been doing time travel since the 80s, probably before that. So the amount of technology that they've hidden from us, you always wonder why the Jetsons, why not flying like the Jetsons? Well, we are, it's just that the breakaway civilization has got it all,
Mm.
and
Yeah.
whether it's in Antarctica, which is, a
Hmm.
lot of talking about that right now, but
Yeah.
that's where it's all hidden. We can't see what is in sight. We have the flying cars. We've had the flying cars for hundreds of years. It's
Yeah.
just that the Tartarian technology has been hidden from us. I don't know if you're familiar with Tartaria or not.
No, I'm not, but I have
Mm,
heard. I listened to a podcast about breakaway civilization in
mm.
relation to flying vessels. That was pretty insightful. Starting in the 1800s,
Sure.
and it was
Yeah.
an interesting perspective. Again, I always like something that's going to bend my mind a little bit and kind of warp
I've
my
been there.
sense.
I believe me, I've been down that road, and I
Yeah.
went through an awakening in 2017, where my hypothalamus gland
Mm.
became active,
Mm.
and it was the last thing I expected. A businessman taking companies public.
Mm.
I've traveled the world. Amazing way of growing up, I guess. And then to have that happen to me, so all of a sudden, I was shown beyond the veil,
Hmm.
and blew my mind.
Yeah.
It was crazy. It was like a DMT trip
Right. It
without
may
the
have
drugs.
been. It may
You know,
have been. Yeah.
yeah. And so what happened to me is I saw literally a armada of ships coming overhead where I
Hmm.
lived. I
Hmm.
live on the beach in Florida, and
Hmm.
there's been a lot of sightings in Florida lately. And I had a camera. That was kind of like my first thing that happened. I bought a camera, and all of a sudden, the things that I was seeing through the lens was not matching what I was seeing through my eye,
Hmm. Like a
the
they
naked eye.
live.
And yeah, yeah,
Right.
absolutely, freaked me out. And
Yeah.
I was taking pictures with my camera, and a woman showed up in the camera in the shot.
Hmm.
She was etheric, but she had a crown, and she looked kind of reptilian in a way, but not, not completely. And uh, all of a sudden, a day later, they visited.
Hmm.
Freaked me out. I mean, it's like
Yeah.
I said to my wife, I go, "You don't see that?" And she goes, "No." So all of a sudden, I realized we are all receivers. We're
Hmm.
all receivers at different frequencies. So what I see may not be what she sees. It's the same thing
Right.
with a radio station. If I'm watching, uh, a 99.6, and that person's listening to,
Yeah.
1300, we're not
Right.
going to see the same thing. And that's what's
Yeah.
happening right now in this world is some people are raising their vibration, some people are not, and some people are
Hmm.
seeing things and some people are not. And that's what happened to me. It's like it was a crazy time for me. And so it woke me up quickly.
Yeah.
And I started my music started to reflect what I was seeing, and a lot of people were also viewing these things, but didn't know who to talk to and didn't know
Hmm.
what the hell they were seeing.
Right.
And so hopefully it turned out that I was helping those that were having a nervous breakdown.
Yeah. Well, and there's a lot of news now on the adjustment of radar technology. All of a sudden, creating or allowing to show these craft flying around up in the sky
Hmm.
just by a little adjustment. There's also all this new talk about with the whistleblower and everything that
Sure.
Roswell was, likely a accidentally downed craft
Yeah.
from the government when they set up a radar dish and
Right.
it fried somebody flying by,
Well, the problem
minding
right
their own
now is
business.
what's happening with a lot of it is our craft.
Yeah.
We've pretty much made what they've been using for who knows how long. And a lot of them are also dimensional beings.
Right.
They're not just quote unquote off-world family, if you will.
Yeah.
They are dimensional, going through portals, which is kind of happening with what you call it, Skinwalker Ranch.
Mm-hmm.
They realized that they're going through portals,
Yeah.
and I'm going to bet that a lot of it's governmental.
Right.
Whatever's underneath that mountain is part ours and part theirs.
Right. Or at
Uh,
least in league or something like that.
exactly right. Exactly right.
That's there's a lot to that, obviously, and without the direct proof, the mind has to wander.
It always,
Even with
yep.
proof, it's not really necessarily something that's going to appease the rational mind.
Mhm.
The rational mind wants A, B, and C all connected, nice and easy.
There is no such thing anymore. I mean,
Yeah, and
people have to wake up quickly.
if you're working in a realm where our physics don't even really comprehend what's going on, dimensional travel would be definitely something that's out of our understanding currently.
What's
It's going to
scary is most
warp,
of the books, all the books on our planet are wrong. All the books,
yeah, all the history
all the
books, all the
formulas,
yeah,
everything, the formulas,
yeah,
the science is all, it's all skewed based on what they wanted you to get lost in.
yeah. No, and
Unfortunately.
I would counter that. What's really nice about the scientific approach is that it does require these steps of approval, and that a lot of physics does correctly observe what it can based on what it has. But it always leaves room for it being a theory, not being
Mhm.
fact or truth.
Well, that's why they
Science
call
can
it.
always
Yeah.
adjust to change and morph based on the new information.
Well, that's why they call being a doctor a practice.
A practice, right? Yeah,
It's the
exactly.
same thing with being a scientist. That's
Yeah,
unfortunately, if they speak to the alien or the visitors, they don't have all the answers themselves.
right,
It's pretty
right,
much a hodgepodge, and they've got their own problems. They're all in battles wherever they
right.
are, and who knows where we are. I mean, really. I
Yeah,
mean, I don't know whether we're in a toroidal Earth shaped, or we're on a flat Earth, or we're
right.
who the heck
And we
knows? Or
and
the
we
Earth
wouldn't
is
know,
twice the size. Yeah.
and we wouldn't know.
Well,
You
I
know.
hate to say it, there are certain people that do know. Unfortunately, those
Yeah.
elite people have been traveling back and forth between here and Antarctica for quite
Yes.
some time, and there seems to be the entrance and the exit right there.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Yeah.
bet that that's the exit, and we're stuck right now. There's a lot of underground, tunnels and subway systems that run from L.A. to Antarctica, or to I read a report in 19 I want to say it was the 19 it was the 90s. Uh, a archaeologist had found a city underneath the Giza pyramid,
Hmm.
and the what he found was he was given a 7-note melody. And it wasn't
Hmm.
a melody, but it was 7 notes. And in the 70s is when he climbed up to the top of the pyramid, and he played those notes in a certain order, and I guess, staircase opened up.
Hmm.
He went down underneath the pyramid, and he found a 300,000 square foot building first, with all circular discs showing our Earth's history. And there were, I believe, 5 or 6 Earth's histories, if you will, or humans and whatever, the Atlanteans, and before that, and there were 5 before us, and then they had the machines to play back the holographic history,
Hmm.
and then they had the flying machines, which is how they built the pyramids, and that was all in the in the buildings. And then besides that, there was a lake with an island that gave knowledge, and then there was temples, and it was a city.
Yeah.
And besides that, there was a subway, not a transportation system, better word, that
Mhm.
took them to Romania,
Hmm.
which is where the other Holo Records is, and Inner Earth, and one more place. But they were able to travel, traverse the underground in an hour or whatever it was, from one place to the next. And
Hmm.
what we've been held back thinking we live in 1950s, and we don't.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the true history is like in the movies. I hate
Yeah.
to say it. Whatever we see in the movies is real.
It's
Star
a lot
Trek
closer
is
to
real.
reality.
That's
Yeah.
exactly right. Stargate is real.
Yeah.
All these things that that can't be right. It's in the movies. No, it's real. But that means also that the monsters are real too,
Right.
and that's
Yeah.
also the scary parts.
Yeah.
What they've done, and what they're doing with the um, with the genetic experiments again. They're making the same mistakes again, and unfortunately, the guys like you and I, that we just want to learn the truth and get off planet, and travel, and really have a live to our potential.
Right.
Because we
More like
have,
that. Yeah.
enough already. I don't want to
Right.
be with evil
Yeah.
beings. Let's just peace. So that's the reason for the music. That's the reason for the music video, and
Hmm.
hopefully, you'll play it, and you'll
Yeah.
give
We'll hear a
people a
little bit.
chance to check
Well,
it out.
and just to follow into that, and what I meant by it's not something that we would ever know
Mhm.
directly. It's not necessarily for us to know. It's for those that are in the know to know.
No, it is for us to
We
know.
will. Well, I
Don't
mean, it
never
could
say
be,
that. It is
but
for
it
us to
isn't.
know.
You know
Yeah,
what I
I
mean?
mean,
Like you said, it's
way
being
back
held
when,
back,
way
and
back when, in the previous civilizations, they've known, and us, the regular guy, we
hmm
did know, and that's we were a very spiritual race
yeah,
before this one, and the Tartarians, which is a race of wonderful beings. and a lot of their architecture is still here, which is like Grand Central Station. Amazing pieces of architecture that was meant for healing us, our auras, like the temples and the churches. Those were not meant for God. They were meant to heal us. They were healing places. The organs, were meant to heal us etherically. And these people built amazing buildings. Chicago had, in the World's Fair in the 1800s, the things they had there in St. Louis, in San Francisco, you wouldn't believe what they had then. Moving sidewalks and technology you wouldn't believe that's been ripped, destroyed from us and hidden from us.
Exactly. And, and you said it. You had said we were held back to the 1950s. Why has the manned space shuttle been stuck, frozen basically in time in the 80s? It's not developed. All our space, all our technology, they haven't done better to get planetary ships or anything like that. And you have all this great advances in all sorts of kinds of technology, and it's not being applied at NASA, which is very interesting.
Oh, it's horrible. They should not be allowed to.
Right.
It's the scary part is we are being led to believe that we don't have decision-making capability, and we don't have the capability of saying no. We've got to realize we can say no.
Yeah.
What these people are doing, or if they're people, most of them are. I don't even know if they are people. Whether a lot of them are wearing masks, and that's the scary part. That's the people are going to realize the cloning has been around for I don't know how long, but the masks, a lot of them are like Biden. That's not Biden. Hasn't been around for I don't know how many years. The pedophilia, the horrors that they put children through. Yeah. That's what my music is also about, because I a lot of my the lyrics and it's all meant to awaken people to what's going on. And
well, let's play a little bit.
Sure.
I don't know how much they'll let me play, but we'll just throw down a few seconds here of the song. We Are Forever.
Play it. Believe me, there's nothing wrong with it. It's a good song.
Coming home, we hold so tight, forgetting our befores, but now we fight. Priceless as the air we breathe, forgotten what love light truly means. A touch, your kiss, brings hope and faith, fighting atrocities against the human race. No place left, can run and hide, be young again. In our prime, we are forever, a glistening granted wish. It's a prison break of the mind. No other time like this. The end of the old and a beginning anew, as forever now does exist. Imagine a heavenly world to manifest like this. We have forgotten who we are. To abuse Mother Earth, then discard. Redefine print up ahead, manifesting miracles instead. Man or woman, we're all the same. I hope I'm the one when your soulmate is claimed. Loving you, a forgotten dream, a heart imprisoned, a recurring nightmare theme. Let me be the one who holds you when life decisions fail. Knowing love makes miracles, not for sale. Together forever, remember our granted wish. Oh, just believe this world does exist. Remember who you are, an angel light from the central star. Veiled memories, around we go. Reflections of stars, above and below. No more karma, a dharma from divine. Knowing we will meet again, as now is our forever time. That Mona Lisa smile, hidden lies and inverted truths. Through pain and loss, we learned during our youth. That rare unknown feeling, hard to explain. We are forever, though incomplete. The infinite journey heals fears of defeat. We are forever. We have forgotten who we are. Angels of light from afar. Escape unseen prison walls. Slaves from this ancient war. For life experience, soul mission to be. Not coming back to this prison unfreed. Misinformation, what is real? Who can we trust in this divine new deal? Let me be the one who holds you when life decisions fail. Knowing love makes miracles, not for sale. Together we are forever, my glistening shimmer of that granted wish. Oh, the prison break of the mind. No other time like this. End of the old and the beginning of a new. As forever now does exist, but not without you. We are forever. Just remember within each of us, there is source together in the kiss.
I really like it. It's really good. You know, it sounds like it's going through a process of evolving and a hope or a wish that for unity, that we could all be one.
Right.
What inspired that specific song?
Again, my music comes from source, and it's all a gift from source. So it's kind of channeled. Most of my music is written prophetically. So I will write something that's important 10 years from now. And all of my music is written prophetically that way. So it's about what mankind will need in the future to help him, him or her. The music video, which I play the music video, don't play the music, because there's a lot of visuals there that's important for them to see.
Right.
And because there's a message. And like I said, my albums are books and my songs are chapters in my books.
Yeah. But what I really liked about it is that it is that visual dynamic that it has going for it, along with the words. that you can hear the message and see the visual and know kind of what the intent is, the reason that you wrote the song, and you feel that yearning for togetherness and maybe return to the source.
Correct. Well, we've forgotten who we are.
Yeah.
And I had a woman that gave me a reading, and she had contacted me. I've had two situations. One of them was she was a channeler, and the way she channeled was she brought 10 people or 10 spirits from the other side, like a round table.
Yeah.
And my son, who had passed, he was involved in this. So he brought 10, he brought the people, and the people were Nikola Tesla, John Lennon, because those two people are my spirit guides. And I was told about 5 years ago, that's who my guides were. And sure enough, they came in to help me.
Good guides.
Yeah. And then I had Neil Armstrong. I had Michelangelo. I had, let's see. I got to look at. Let's see what there was some amazing people that were brought to me, and they brought me messages and of what I should be doing, and they brought me gifts, if you will. So that's what happens. That's how the music is written. The music is written from source. It is. So when I get something in my mind, it's not. I know that it's coming from somewhere else, if you will.
Yeah.
And that's the reason for writing it. And I've got many songs like that. I've got around 10 songs on this upcoming album, and then my next album. I seem to know the name of the album ahead of time. The next album is called "The Tree of Life," and this one's called "Angel Numbers."
Yeah,
which is really probably some of my best work.
Yeah, it sounds great. And when is that next one coming out?
Oh, when I'm done with this one.
Yeah,
I'm in the studio still finishing up this one.
Oh yeah.
So you can go to my website, scotthowardmusic.com, and you'll be able to watch the music video on there as well.
Excellent.
And you'll be able to buy the album, pre-order the album now, because it won't be finished till at least September.
Yeah.
And but this music video here is a fantastic music video.
Now,
nothing like
did
it.
I also see you're writing an ebook?
Yes, I am doing an ebook too. It's called "A Lightworker's Journey," and it's pretty much done. The way it was written and why it was written was because I'm sorry, it's going to be bleeding here. It was written because I had started seeing interesting things in the clouds. And the clouds are not what we think they are. They are, it's a city, another realm above us, if you will. Everything from pyramids to cities, buildings, beings. There's a lot of, crazy stuff going on up there. But again, it's also a holographic screen. About 2017, I saw these huge screens coming in, covering our sky, if you will. And sure enough, it's all a holographic sky. And the clouds are not, and the clouds are not what you think they are. They're just not.
I love looking at the clouds. I love watching the wild formations.
Well, wait until you read my book. When you're done reading the book, you will never look at the sky the same again.
There you go. Yeah. Even in Florida, you have some really great storms down there that come through.
Sure. Yes, that is true.
Yeah.
But the skies are another realm, and depending upon, I've been taking photos, if you will, lately, and the clouds are changing now. The skies are changing. It's a glitch in the matrix. The matrix is breaking down. The veil is breaking up. I think that AI, if you will, whatever is running this holographic world of ours, it can't run us. There's too many people here.
Right.
Too many souls, if you will. That's why it wants to get rid of a whole bunch of souls. You couldn't figure out why they're telling you there's too many people on the planet. It's because the AI can't keep up the power.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Think about it. Really, it's wild.
Yeah,
and
yeah. If you were trying to generate, a track on
control or whatever it
consciousness,
was, you can't. Yeah, you can't. They can't.
right?
And the moon is a hollow, ship. It's like the Truman Show.
Yeah, it's
It
Truman
is
Show.
a
Yeah,
hollow ship, an arc,
yeah,
if you
like
will.
a yeah,
And
yeah,
there are
ship.
about seven
Exactly.
or eight arcs, if you will, around our planet right now that are in the ocean, that are right by the Bermuda Triangle. There's a couple in Russia and Ukraine. It's another reason why they're going into the Ukraine, because
Hmm.
they have these arcs that are coming. They're coming alive.
Hmm.
They're coming on, and they're holding species from all the other past incarnations of this planet Earth, and the arc is now turning on.
Hmm.
Giants, and you wouldn't believe what's inside these arcs.
Well, and it sounds like what you're also feeling is the sense of great change and
So there's a reset coming.
yeah,
It's
reset
called a reset,
and
and that's the
potentially
only thing that bothers me.
an opportunity for a great outcome, a potential
Mhm.
for a positive outcome out of that reset.
Right, right, and that's the
But
reason
I
to get
think it
into the
would. I
music.
think the lesson is initially it's singly done that we awaken and reset ourselves, and then we do it in mass where we awaken and reset the society
And
at
hence the
large
music.
and through the
That's why.
music. Yeah,
That's again, it's everything's in 432. We should
right.
not be listening to any music that's in 440. Everything that the music video that I have is in 432.
And could you explain that a little bit for those that don't know exactly what either the difference is? Now we know 60 hertz. Um, we know brain waves are at the what is that 8 and 12 to 15. We know
Well,
different brain waves are really low on the spectrum there.
well, again, like I said, everything is frequency, and what
Yeah,
had happened was the Germans knew this, and they realized that the old technology was built on a crystal based technology,
right.
and which is what Atlantis was on, and unfortunately, it destroyed them because they decided to use the technology for negative purposes, which is kind of what they're looking to do right now. Because it's the same beings
Hmm.
in incarnations in our bodies. All we are bodies with souls running them, and unfortunately, what runs some of these souls are not good people or good beings.
Hmm.
And but anyway, the 432. Well, there are a number of them. There's 528, 432. There's it goes up. It's called the Sofreta frequency, and the
Okay.
Schumann resonance is what the Earth vibrates at. And they've been noticing that the vibration of the planet has been going crazy, and
Mm.
it looks like a DNA strand. It never looked that way in the past, and now it is. So something's happening. We're very close to something happening where the Earth is, and I'm sure that all the other planets are going through the same thing as well, because there's life on all our planets. It's not
Hmm.
just Earth. There's life on Mars, on the ground. There's life on Venus, and as a matter of fact, Valiant Thor was on our planet in the 50s. He lived in the White House and
Hmm.
helped mankind from Venus, as was Nikola Tesla. Tesla was from Venus, and people just don't realize what's going on. But
Yeah.
again, the frequency 432 is what I write my music at. And by listening to it, it will help you raise your frequency. And by listening to the lyrics, it'll help awaken you to what's going on right now.
And would you say it helps awaken or does it help align?
Awaken.
Like the
It'll help.
alignment with
It'll
the spheres would be kind of humming along with the Earth
right.
versus,
Well, the lyrics awaken.
yeah.
The frequency aligns. For
Okay.
those that are awakening, it'll raise your vibration. And then once you are awakened, it will help you, align, and it'll help you with your meditation, which is the
Right.
most important thing you could do,
Yeah.
is by meditating every day, and
Yeah.
you know, raise your
Then
vibration
the,
that
the
way.
lyrics will help the visualization but to get into the right harmonic balance, you'd want that 432 hertz,
Yes.
right? Or something
But
along the harmonic of 432. And I believe and I could be completely off, but it's something to do with the 369 octave
correct.
or whatever it would be called, the triad of the 369.
Which is what Tesla was very
Yeah.
big about.
Everything you need to
And
know is in the 3, the 6, and the 9.
well,
And it's
funny
very
stuff
interesting that putting it at 440 is
lowers your vibration.
it's a Saturn. So
Yes,
it's
very
very
good.
limiting and restrictive.
Correct.
440 versus something in the 369 triad, which would be a spiral, which can move
Torsion.
either direction. But yeah, but the Saturn being the limiter or the delineator, the line that you cannot cross, kind of thing.
That's right.
Would be very limiting
That's
to our
correct.
consciousness, limiting to our ability to harmonize. It's kind of like they say the Gregorian calendar is like kind of not correct. It's a little off, and it throws our
It's
whole
not correct.
biology off
We
because
are.
we're not, we're not working with the
We're actually
spheres.
off by 1,000 years. Believe it or not, they in it was the 1800s, I believe it was. They go look at some of the ancient videos. The ancient videos, funny. Look at some of the old videos, literally showing the year 852, and a year later they put a 1 in front of it and make it 1852. So we literally are 1,000 years off. We're not in 2023. We're in 1,023. They just changed they put a 1 there.
Is that Dark Ages area where there's just this gap of no history? So whoop, that didn't happen.
No history whatsoever.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, again, a lot of it is fake. It's such a shame. When people wake up, a lot of people are gonna not be able to handle it. Which is why, again, what the music's about.
I feel
a
like
song I wrote called "The Harvest Blessings" does that.
Harvest Blessings.
Yes, it's called. Yes, it's on my "Language of Clouds" album. Again, it was written for a time when mankind's going to need to. I shouldn't say mankind. Humankind is going to need to heal,
right.
And you'll have to listen to the words on the album.
Yeah. Where do you see the music and your place with the music going in the next few years?
Well, I see that. I feel that mankind is waking up. So I think that the music is getting better. I hope that I have a small, part of it to help out, and I hope that what I'm doing here helps mankind. So I hope that no matter what happens, that the music will create a revolution like the Beatles wanted to do way back when. I hope that I can help in some way as well.
Yeah. So keep on playing.
Don't allow. Yeah, I'm gonna keep on playing, and hopefully, play everywhere.
Yeah.
Perform everywhere, and that's what the music videos are for.
Yeah, just keep on rolling it out, and
I hope that you'll play it for everyone, and they'll hopefully, if it resonates, to please share.
Yeah,
please share.
Absolutely.
That's all I get.
And that's the beauty of YouTube, and we hope, at least, as long as YouTube lasts, is that it'll keep putting the message out there, and the music videos will keep extending.
Well, I did a concert film in 2019. It was interesting. I had the feeling. I was told, if you will, that I would not be able to tour. We would not be able to tour in 2019. And so I made the concert video. Again, it's called the World Ascension Tour, live at Village Studios in 432. And it is an hour-long concert, if you will, and it's in 432. You can watch it on Prime, Amazon Prime. It's on Fandango. It's on all the the platforms, Tubu, and all that stuff. You can watch it, and you can buy the vinyl record on my website, ScottHowardMusic.com. And again, it's the first vinyl record in 432. So the sound is fantastic, great sound.
Would you be able to, and I don't, know exactly how it works, but would you be able to give an example of 440 and an example of 432 with the guitar?
Yeah, well, I'd have to tune it, tune the guitar to 440 and tune the guitar to 432. This right now is 432. Right now this is 432.
And it's a matter of tuning.
Right, it's all tuning.
So that's where you're getting that the tone is basically the where the 432 is being derived.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a step down. Yeah, it's a half a step. Yeah.
Now, is there an example of music? That's 440?
That's 432.
432, okay.
432. I'd have to tune the guitar down.
Is there a band that plays in a 440 that would be an example of what that would be?
Oh, all bands are at 440.
All bands are at 440. Rock and roll in general is at 440?
Yeah, all roll bands, yeah, because they want to, mind control and satanic stuff and all that stuff.
Was it the accepted sound of rock and roll that came out of blues music? Is that right?
Well, it could have been 432, just as like the Beatles did some stuff in 432.
Yeah, I was going to ask.
They were ahead of their time before anyone else.
That song that you played sounded a little bit like a Beatles song. That's why I wondered if it was.
But this one's called "That's the Harvest Blessing."
Oh, okay.
The sun is over, dressed in tears by Mother Earth. The sunrise coming as the trumpets herald the new birth. Time to wake is over, all emotion spent. It's the harvest of these blessings, of lessons learned, paths chosen, now lost and blurred.
Anyway,
that's great. Well, and that's really nice to be able to pick up an instrument and be able to play a melody on it and to kind of sing out your soul and your heart, It's definitely a blessing to have that kind of talent. Scott, how can everybody watching or listening find you online?
Yes, they can go to scotthowardmusic.com, which is my website, and they can get the vinyl record there as well as my other CDs. And my ebook is A Light Worker's Journey, The Unseen In Between Kingdom. And that goes, it'll probably change the way you look at the sky from now on, and your world, your holographic reality. And and we got the new albums coming up, and so I hope you enjoyed the. Go to YouTube. You can watch Scott Howard Music. You can watch the new music video right now. It's on there right now.
Awesome.
So, and obviously right here at the Holistic Monitor.
There we go. Fantastic. And despite our glitches tonight with the in and out internet, I think we got a good show here. And I'm looking forward to hearing more and following along on your journey.
Thank you.
And thanks for being here.
Thank you so much.
Take care.
Be light.
Bye.
Be light. Thank you.